The most mentally and physically unfit president in American history is bringing back the presidential physical fitness test. I remember when I was a kid. Don't know how long it's been gone. I thought kids were still doing that. But so he had a bunch of kids with him at the White House. Now, first of all, if you let your kids be around this guy, you're a bad parent. Period. Period. Exclamation point. Let's see how that went.
I did so well, and I had the ultimate poll, and we won in a landslide. We won every single swing state. We won the popular vote. We won everything you can win. We won 87% of the counties in the United States. And I ended up with the Olympics, and I ended up with the World Cup.
Yeah, start off lying to the kids. That's always a good way to go. And you're going to whine about all the same thing. I bet I missed a clip where he talked about his ballroom. I bet I missed that. And you can see these kids just looking at him like he's crazy. They look very uncomfortable, man. I can't believe y'all did this to your kids, man. Let them be in the room with that guy? What's wrong with you?
Because Iran has no chance. They never did. They know it. They express it to me when I talk to them. Then they get on television. They say how well they're doing. And they have no Navy, totally wiped out. They have no Air Force, totally wiped out. They have no anti-aircraft capability, totally wiped out. No radar. They have no leaders. The leaders are wiped out. The whole thing. And then I read the papers, and they say how well they're doing. They're not doing well. That's why you have no credibility. No credibility. The news, the fake news, has no credibility. But the President's Cup, it's going to be something, and we're going to have that. We're going to do very special presentations to Johnny, who, as you know, is the commissioner. He's a fantastic person who runs.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, talk to him about war. Talk to him about killing. Talk to him about nukes. As a kid growing up during the Cold War, I'm here to tell you, man, thinking about nukes really helps your mental health. It really make you a balanced human being hiding under your desk from the nuclear missiles and stuff. And at one point, I didn't catch it, but he just he goes, here's how you got to do it. You got to take them out like that. And I'm just going to... I'm going to play the rest of the clips unedited. And I stopped when RFK starts speaking, then other people start speaking. What do you think happened? Sure enough, Sleepy Don starts dozing off. This is the most unhinged, ridiculous crap I've ever seen. And of course, he couldn't think about the kids for 1 minute. Couldn't ask them about themselves, even what sports they play. Nothing of the kind. It's all about his petty frickin' grievances. Weak-ass snowflake. And everybody that follows him, you should know what a snowflake is. And you should be calling this out. And the media should be calling this out. Everybody should be calling this out. Not enough people calling this out. This man is unhinged and needs to go into the dustbin of history. Hey, like, follow, share, subscribe. And here's the rest of the stupid crap.
Iran have a nuclear weapon. You might be too young for this. I don't know if I want. They probably know. They probably know better than most people. But you can't let a bunch of lunatics have a nuclear weapon, or the world would be in trouble. The world would be in trouble. So we just hit records on the Dow. It was supposed to be done in 5 or 6 years. Somebody said it couldn't be possible to reach 50 on the Dow, and I reached 50 in the first year. And then I reached 7,000, and by the way, it just set a new record. The S&P just set a new record, set much higher, 7,500. But they said even harder than 50 on the Dow.
Most homeowners have life insurance that when you're alive and can't make the...
Is getting to 7,000 on the S&P. We did that by the end of the first. India, Pakistan, which would have been a nuclear war, 8 of them. And I called everybody in, Gary, and I said, you know what? We just broke every record, and now we're going to take a hit. because we have to make a journey down to Iran to take the nuclear weapon. They would have had a nuclear weapon within 2 weeks. Remember, we sent that beautiful B-2 bomber in, and we blew up their nuclear potential. It was obliterated, for those that are not aware, and to a point where it would take them weeks to dig down, and we wouldn't let them dig down. We have our eyes on it all the time. But it was a very important thing. So we would have had an Iran with a nuclear weapon, and maybe we wouldn't all be here right now. I can tell you the Middle East would have been gone, Israel would have been gone, and they would have trained their sights on Europe first and then us, because they're sick people. These are sick people. And we're not going to let lunatics have a nuclear weapon. The power of a nuclear weapon is something I don't even want to talk about. But it's not going to happen. And we have beaten them badly. They're talking, now they're reduced to little boats with a machine gun on the front of them, because they had a Navy of 159 ships. Every single ship in the first week was, right, Pete? Every single ship they had is resting underwater, right? At the bottom of the sea. They have no Navy. It's totally wiped out. Same thing with their Air Force. So we're doing well, but it's all about, having a great country. And one of the things I think that when they talk about physical fitness, one of the things I notice about